Good day, Martin in the Philippines, and we're here in Real Talk Lifeline. So, let's get to it. Challenge of the day. Challenge of the day: failed relationships. So, last time, I believe the challenge of the day was kind of related. It was on relationships. So, this one, we're getting a little more specific. Failed relationships. So, people watching the live or the replay, feel free to share your experiences on what has helped you when it comes to the topic or the challenge of failed relationships. So it might help someone in the group. So, what I could share, again, this one is just coming from my personal experience. It's also coming from very recent conversations I've been having. So it's pretty fresh, top of the mind. So, this topic on failed relationships, I can share two quick things. So, the first one is practical, the second one is a little deeper. So, I'll start off with the practical one, so it's a little lighter, and then we get to the deep one. So, when it comes to failed relationships, I would ask this person who's going through the challenge, how do you feel about it? What about it is the challenge? So, what I've found, this is just based on my recent conversations, it usually stems from fear. So, let's say, for the sake of practicality, this is a live. It would help if I was really in a conversation with someone and then we share back and forth. So, let's just say, to keep it simple, this person is afraid that I might not be able to have another relationship again. You know. Or let's get a little more specific. Let's say the person is a young person in their 20s, and then they feel like, will I ever have a good relationship again? I'm getting older. What if I cross over to 30? I'm getting old. So, the practical tip number one I can share that has helped me in my life is to find out the truth. So that's a very practical tip when it comes to failed relationships. Usually every failed relationship has a lesson that comes with it. So let's say, again, let's be a little specific, just to keep it more to the point and practical. Let's say, as a guy, if my concern is I'm getting older, I'm already going into my 30s, and I'm gonna have less options. It's gonna be harder for me. So, this is just from hard experience and meeting mentors. What I found out, the truth is, that's not true. That's not true. Like, you could cross check this yourself. For women, when it comes to older men, how do you find them? Is it a better thing or a worse thing? And what I've found from my mentors and experience is it's actually a good thing. Women tend to like older men because of their maturity, their groundedness. It's not this whole social taboo thing that people make up of it. If you just base it on the cold hard truth, that's just reality. Now let's flip it. Like, I'm a guy. What if I meet a woman who is older? Is that a bad thing for the woman? Now, there are legitimate concerns for women. I'll just keep this as short as possible. So, when they reach their mid 30s, older, their biological clock kicks in. And again, the women, they can comment, you can verify this. Their fertility, or the ability to create life, gets affected. At an older age, they'll have a harder time having kids, or complications may occur. The child may not be healthy, etc., like that. Now, getting past that, if a woman is older, well, how would I see her? Now, this is just my personal input, but I actually don't mind. What I've found is the older women, they tend to be more mature, more direct, don't play as many games. So, I think that's a cool thing. Now, the second thing, to just keep this live short, the deeper one, aside from that practical thing, the more we find out the truth, the more the fear goes away, the more grounded we are. So the second, the deeper one, is coming on the topic of failed relationships. What I've learned, or what I am discovering, and it also comes from training I've been through, like just last December 2020, Tony Robbins, stuff like that. What I'm learning is, when it comes to a failed relationship, will I ever find my ideal one? So the first thing is, there's a process. We gotta define it clearly. If not, we're just gonna be attracting whatever. It won't be a mystery why that's happening. So the second, the deeper thing is, I'm learning that our outer world is really a reflection of our inner world. So what the hell does that mean? If I want someone who is loyal, well, I have to be a loyal person first. Be, do, have. If I want a happy relationship or a happy person, well, I have to learn it first. Which is why I count my blessings. I'm learning gratitude. And sometimes it could be a daily grind process like that. It's not like some glamorous thing as people think. So my inner world will become a reflection of the outer world. Now, if I don't understand that, then the failed relationships will keep happening. So I just want to keep it, as short to the point as possible. Better if, if you have comments, put them down below. You could share also what has helped you. Now, my life is an ongoing process. Feel free. It's not just the haircut that changed since the last live. So feel free to check my personal profile. Feel free to check in the group every now and then. Last thing, comment deep dive down below if you still have concerns or questions, like your biggest challenge in life, and you feel like you want to share it. And if you want to take it to the next level, if you're open, we can even exchange ideas. Maybe get an answer to a question you have that is keeping you stuck in life, so we can break through and move forward. Thank you. I love you, and I will see you next time.